Hey guys. Just seeing how things are working. Hey guys, how you doing? Sound all working? Testing, testing? Sounds pretty good to me. Model needs a little... I still need to work on the rigging of it. I didn't know that was audible. Alright, there we go. How you guys doing? It's been a while since I streamed. Hi Yuki, hi Berg. Man. Yeah, I haven't really shown off the new model, have I? I mean, I posted some videos on Twitter. I was about to say Twitch. I posted some videos on Twitter, but I have updated the model, and so now I have the little signifier that you guys can tell when I'm talking now, because my mouth is hidden. I already forgot about that. Let's go. Let's see if I can remember. I'm going to see a bunch of stuff real quick. That's the default reset everything button. Because I want to make sure I don't, when I... Yeah, I could probably just open and close the app. It's probably easier that way. But, I hope you guys are doing okay. Uh, let's show off a bit. Yeah. There we go. So I did change the model up a bit. And by a bit, I mean a lot. So things change a bit. The rigging's a bit worse for wear, but it's... Yeah. I tried a bit. Yeah. I think it was somewhere around here, something like this. There's some bits that I still don't like how the rigging ended up, but it is what it is. Alright. Got the little silly free run face. Shock, we love weight painting. Yeah, totally. Weight painting hurts. Oh, here you go, glasses. So I do have some redeems. I did remove some that just weren't being used, of course. Um, or, whatever was my favorite I ended up keeping. But you can redeem some of these. And it's all automatic, again. Um, I do have the, so if I do this, if you look at the ears, this is all manually done though, but there we go. Something like that. I think that was all of them. Yeah, it doesn't have as much as my last model, but that's because I ended up just deciding to tone it all down. Because honestly, making the VTuber model is kind of tedious, not gonna lie. I don't know why I was muted in Discord. I didn't mute. Oh, right, the... which is all connected to my mute. So whenever you see me go sleepy, it mutes in Discord, it mutes in OBS, and it toggles the little sleep. So I can be talking, and you can kind of tell I'm talking when the yellow pops up, even though I'm muted, but you can't hear me. So yeah. The chat. Oh yeah, there's the latest follower sub and raid. Nice, it works. I'm glad it works. But yeah, there's the latest sub, raid, and follow up there, which is new and it is in real time as well. I would have had it be the same text as the font above it, but for some reason Stream Elements can't find the font, and the only way I can find the font is in OBS. It's strange. I'll have to look into it. I don't know, because like you can get custom fonts on Streamlabs, but you, I just can't find this font on there for some reason. Let me know if like the music is good, if I'm too quiet, etc. It's been so long, and I've messed with a lot of things because I've recorded stuff. I've just done a bit of everything, and so I've tweaked my settings a lot here and there. So, and I literally just added the music like 30 minutes ago, just because I realized that, you know, talking over nothing would be kind of strange, and there'd be nothing else in the background. So do let me know if that's too loud or too quiet. Maybe you need a bit louder. Let's see. So no, not that one. So I'm looking, but oh yeah, the font I was talking about. Not a number. Oh God, did the Twitch thing break? Huh. Streamer bot, what are you doing? Uh, Serving a client. It's connected. I don't know. It says not a number though. That's what gets me. There we go. Yeah, okay. I think it just might be bugged for now. We'll have to see. But it still tells you that there's an ad playing. It just doesn't tell you how many or how long it is playing for. Which is a shame, really. That, or maybe it's just bugged. Like right now. Hmm. Oh, well. I'll just disable it for now. But I hope you guys like the overlay. I literally hand drew all of it myself. Like the background, I did it all. It's all hand drawn in oh God, what was the app called? Procreate. For the iPad. Oh wait, I did find the font. Why? Okay. Here, well, let me just uh change it a bit then. Um, Oh, the bold is way too thick. Okay, wait. It's really well done. Thank you, thank you. I did it down to like the pixels. So here, actually, let me transition so you guys get a look. I did make a game like layout as well. So it's very similar to this. It's a yeah. I'll just show you. I did this. This is the original version, and the game is kind of cropped. The as you can see the thing's a little too squarish compared to a game, as it's a little just a little too tall. But it I think it ended up working out pretty well. And so this is what I was originally doing, and then I realized, well, I could just move all the assets individually, and then I did. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try something out. And if it works, it works. Ooh, okay. Shoot. All right, I'm gonna fidget with things, but we can just talk. But what did I want? I know I wanted to talk about Monster Hunter, but I feel like there was something specific that I wanted to talk about. I can't remember. But I'm glad you like my overlay. It's very inspired from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I do believe I made a Twitter post about it actually. I like so if you follow me on Twitter, you will see a lot of these things ahead of time. And if you do follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World. I didn't post the inspiration along with it. Okay, well, I'll real quick. I'll tack that on to the tweet because you should see it. It's good, and it's literally so it was heavily inspired by Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and I recreated the menus and such from scratch. Like I didn't even copy any of it. Like I just redrew it all. So there, I replied to the tweet with the inspiration, and then here is the tweet that I'm talking about. And so if you were to look at it, and then if you look in the reply, you should be able to see the inspiration now. Yeah, there we go. And so, and you kind of look at the menus, and you can see how heavily inspired it is. To some, it may look like a one for one, and I think that's really good, because that's kind of what I was going for. Uh, that, right? It's two. Yeah. All right. Okay. Overlay looks a bit strange, but Victory's life. I think he's playing Rise. Okay. How does that look? Okay. Hmm. If you can see, I'm working on the latest followers bit on the bottom there, and I'm trying to get it so that it looks right. Oh, there we go. Maybe just bolding it was the way to go. Didn't bolt that one. Maybe. I'm tinkering. I'm tinkering. I'm tinkering. Hmm. It's strange because it is the exact same font, but just like I, you know, it just looks very different. Because okay, I can emulate a custom sub, so you'll hear the sub alert go off real quick, but I'm gonna make it say the same thing as the text above, so it's literally just gonna be a sub from latest subscriber, and if I
So
there you go.
tasty.
Oh, and it went on to a new line. Okay. Not great to be honest, but whatever. Figuring that out. Okay. There, so no, it just says latest, but I'm tinkering, tinkering, tinkering. But if there's anything you guys want to hear me talk about specifically, I'm down to talk about literally anything. I just kind of like put Monster Hunter on there because that's like the one thing I know I can just go on about. That's three, four, that's three. Okay, that looks really good. So if I were to, I think that doesn't look half bad. Curious as if I bold it. Oh, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking. Victor's name's cut off a bit there. So I reduce the size just a bit, just a bit. Yeah. And then I need to center it. There we go. What do you guys think? Bit too big, bit too small? I mean, maybe the text is a little big. Um, better. So I am absolutely vibing. How do you guys like the Rain World music? I could have it sift through the entire OST rather than just this one song over and over, if that's what you guys want, rather. Although some of them are a little more, action-packed, I guess? You know what it is. You already know who it is. Overlay group. Latest. I'll shift it. Oh, just a little bit down. Bup, bup. Oh yeah, let me go back to my just chatting. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I've been tinkering on and off with the boldness of the outline at little increments that are barely able to tell. In fact, I might need to increase. I've been going down. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Anything? Y'all play anything fun, interesting? I cannot speak. Anything fun recently? Because I've been pretty much just playing Monster Hunter World. Like, just, again, over. I There's a bunch of stuff that I just hadn't done in the endgame content. At least on this playthrough, because my first playthrough was on Xbox back when it came out, before even the DLC was released. That and Helldivers. I would stream Helldivers if my PC could handle it, but it can't. Speaking of, I am hoping to get that upgrade soon. Good looking spiky victory. Aren't you supposed to be streaming? Didn't you literally? I just saw your live notification. Go stream. But thank you, Victory. I do appreciate it. Or are you still prepping? Is that what's going on? Oh, you're still prepping. Oh, God. I do appreciate you being here, even. I'm just chilling talking. I'm not really playing anything. Chilling today. Played some Apex. Ooh, Apex. Go follow Victory if you're not following already, by the way. um, but yeah. So Apex, huh? I haven't okay. I played Apex back on release, but I haven't played since then. Mostly just because I'm not a big fan of battle royales. Like they're fine, but it's not my thing personally. And because I love Titanfall. Titanfall is one of my favorite games of all time. Game of the year came out, and I don't know how long ago it came out. But game of the year, game of the year. Why are you surprised, Victory? Those are cute emotes. Those are really cute. Maybe I need a. You know what? If you guys have suggestions for emotes for me, put that in the. I have like a suggestion redeem. I say specifically the redeem because I'm going to forget, and the chat is going to disappear from the VOD. But I will always have my activity feed. So if you guys have suggestions, like if you want, I don't know about a gun, but if you want to suggest something, use the suggestion reward, It's only a single point, and so it'll be easier for me to go back and look at that even off stream. So like maybe if you want to see like a heart one from me, or it's just honestly anything. And I've been slowly adding emotes. I like to do my own, but you know, sometimes I do think about commissioning stuff. I want to commission art. Once I get my PC, because that's gonna be a I'm gonna have to mortgage a house and lease my car. I'm kidding, but you know how it is. Hi Lance, how you doing? When I get that PC upgrade, it's going to be expensive, but it's gonna be worth it, I think. Oh yeah, I was going to here, give me a second. Oh no, wait, it's in here. This refresh. There we go. Oh, and okay. I have to recenter. No. Oh well. Hi Lance, how you doing? What do you mean? Wait. No. Leave page. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, there we go. Sorry, overlay was saved at the old settings for some reason. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm still a little concerned about how the text looks at the top, but you know, it is what it is. Been here the whole time, just low energy. I see it. Just up there. Hi, Bluey. Hi. Do I call you Hunter? Or do I call you Bluey? Because I've been calling you Bluey, but everybody calls you Hunter. Okay. See your name up there? Well, you are the last follower, so. And I do appreciate the follow. Thank you. I know I think I was on Victory's stream and he shouted me out, but thank you for following. No worries. Okay. Then I'll call you Hunter. I just need to remember that. I love Rain World's music so much. So yeah, so if you guys want, I can have it cycle through the songs. It's just I'll have to like manually tell you what the songs are, but you know, I think this one's fine for a chill one. Because like I said earlier before a bunch of you guys came in, they're some of them are a bit too hectic for just chatting. I should stream Rain World sometime. It is a terrifying game, but you know, it can be good. Uh, I hope you guys are doing okay. I haven't really, I said I was gonna talk about Monster Hunter, but I haven't really talked about anything. As it feel to be streaming again, it's weird. I will say I'm very happy to be streaming with my new model though, because if you couldn't tell when I was showing you guys before, I'm very happy with this design more than the last design because it feels a lot more me. It's I finally got the low poly hair working in a way that makes me incredibly satisfied. Like oh man, I'm so happy with how it looks. I mean, well, there's some bits that are kind of iffy, but you know. And then the little speech, I forget what it's called. There is a specific word for the little yellow things coming off the side. But my point is, you can see when I'm talking, and my mouth is not visible, and it's great. And I'm just really happy to show off my model in the overlay. Oh yeah, no, I know you saw the other version of the overlay, but I did make a version for just chatting. And I can use the same version for something like the art streams, you know, because I I get a lot of views on these streams where you guys just come and I get to chat about stuff, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I'm glad you like the vibes here. But yeah, Victory is also streaming right now. He's streaming Monster Hunter Rise. If you guys want a little more something interesting over there, but I'm just here chatting. I might go hop in, but you know, we'll see, because he's in a VC right now. But I am happy to be streaming again. Also, wait, is chat working? I think it just fades out too fast for my liking. Yeah, okay, it's working. I did a lot of testing with the chat. But so, yeah. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting this. I like this button. I do not have this as a redeem. And it kind of, you know, messes with the shock. I need to reset some of the automatic expressions buttons. Some of them are just a little too reactive. Yes, it. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it looks so much more expressive now, and that makes me so happy. Uh, I'm not doing okay. I'm gonna see if I can disable that for now. The expressive settings, because they're a little annoying. Some of the expressive settings are a little too reactive. Thank you, Lance. that, that always catches me off guard. Um, but yeah, it's like because like that shock face, like I barely have my mouth open, and I've like really tried to hone in on the auto expressions. So just give me a moment to okay, there we go. Oh, there. Expression detection off. There we go. So it's just disabled for now. Because it does bother me, like the shocked one and the angry one. Because when I look sad, it'll do the angry one. If I look just any kind of remotely happy, it'll look shocked. So it's a little annoying sometimes. But yeah. Oh, forgot about Gore being thrown. Yeah, Gore's in there. Hold on, let me just up there. Cowrie's also in there. I got a puns mask. I can't add PNGs. Hold on, I'm gonna add you in there, Lance. Um, behind the scenes, you're looking. Oh wait, oh it's behind me. That's why it looked so weird. Uh, there we go. Object manager. You guys are getting a little behind the scenes here. Import PNG, and I'm just gonna throw a Lance PNG in here. I have a folder of just VTuber friends. Just like all my friends that are VTubers, if I need a PNG, I have one. Lance. So now you are randomly thrown. There you are. There he goes. There's the error made puns mask. I just a bunch of arcade cabinets from a project that I ended up doing a while back. There's the Mario 64 star. Wait, okay, I need to add more PNGs. I'm gonna add more people. Uh, Mars. Or PNG. What else we got? Zoomed in victory face. I have some really weird PNGs in here. Oh, I have my creatures. All the little creatures. Little creatures. Am I that heavy? Hey bro, it's the chair too. I don't know why you're surprised. The chair is there too. There's Jurdis. And I just got a folder of PNGs of me. Like, I literally have a folder just labeled J. Okay, I need more items, so... I'm gonna put a bunch of PNGs of me in here. Yeah, because you guys have no idea how many different ones are in here. Oh, look at the little diamond. Oh, this... Who the hell's Jurdis? Have you not seen this? It's Curtis with his not like this, but it's me. It's my hair and scarf on top of it. There, so now there's a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot the TF2 sandwich was in here. Also my old model. I need to make the new version in here as well. Pun's mask. It's literally just a PNG stretched on a sliced sphere. And I think that's good. But now you have a couple more just stuff, and I can just add any kind of PNG. But what? I thought I had something that I wanted to talk about, like about Monster Hunter specifically, but now I'm just kind of like just vibing. Whoop. Hello? There we go. Yeah, fixed. So yeah, I do have a hotkey for what is? Turn the camera down a bit more. Excuse me. There we go. But I do have a hotkey for the throwing. So okay, maybe a couple too many PNGs. I'd rather have 3D objects flying in. More than anything. Hello? There we go. I'll make this into a 3D model another day. A bunch of these can stay. I think I'll take out, because these are both Kaori. I'll leave both. Actually, I'll take out this one. I'll take out the creature. Lance creature. That one's funny, so I'm keeping it in. Oh, the stars balanced up there. What you doing? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I would stream World if my PC could handle it, but it's probably a bit too heavy for my PC. I mean, okay, I have streamed it previously, but it's I don't want to turn it too low, if you know what I mean. But I do hope everybody's having a nice day. Beta beta boo. Beta boo. I could try playing 4U. 4U is not very resource intensive. Citra's light. Um, I could just play some GU right now because that's streamed through the capture card, so that does nothing on my PC. But for World, I'm gonna take it slow and you know, just just wait until my PC till I get my PC upgrade, because I have been waiting on that MSI crossover with Monster Hunter because I want that PC case. That's all I want. I just want the case. But they haven't given us a date when it's happening. But they did give us more information and like an official thing recently, like the other day, and I retweeted it. And so like major copium. But you know how it is. I just wanted the new PC at like the beginning of the year. But it probably won't even be happening until fall, just knowing, because I know all the parts I want. I just need the case so that the parts can go in the case. Yeah. That's just how it is. Let's see. So like I said earlier, I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World recently, and I've done a lot of things that I hadn't done before. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I've been playing World recently, and there's a lot of things that I haven't done, or that I finally done that I hadn't done before. And honestly, man, you guys, if you do play World, switch up your weapon every once in a while. It feels like you're playing the game for the first time again. It's like, for at least for me, that's how it felt. I can't promise that it's the same way for you, but I was very heavy on this playthrough. I was heavily playing Great Sword, and so I pretty much only ever played Great Sword on that playthrough. But lately, I've been using other weapons. On the playthrough, I was streaming with Lance before the semester started. Uh, I was playing Lance. I mean, Lance uses longsword, and I use Lance. Hi, Darkest Cyber Dragon is live today. Ow. Oh God, you made it freeze for a second, puns. Hi, puns. Hi, Darkus. Why wasn't I told? Well, if you follow, I have stream notifications. Cough, cough, wink, wink. Also, it was kind of a sudden thing. I just kind of decided on a whim. But welcome. I was a puns Matty. Good quit. I don't know. Get wrecked, idiot. No, you. I debated on just banning you right there just because it would be funny, but no. Is it worth the bit? Who knows? Why would I be mad at Jay? True. Look, I can't commit to the bit that hard. I couldn't ban you. Or do you want to be banned? Is that what's going on? uh, uh, if you want to ban me, you can. Getting banned. Stream speedrun. Yeah, real. Actually, it's not that hard to get banned here, because I am not afraid of using the ban button, but, you know. Unironically, not afraid. Oh, wrong one. I'm gonna beat you. You sure you don't have the wrong person? I haven't played Balatro in a while. When was the last time I played Balatro? It's been a while. It's the first time. Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I haven't played Balatro since March. Like, end of March. Yeah, no, Puns has beaten me from the get-go. He's also progressed a lot more and has a lot more time. How much time do you have? Yeah, Jesus Christ. Puns has 86 hours in Balatro. I have 15. So, I think it'd be a, you know, some kind of blessing or curse. Trust me, in a lot of your friends' chats, chances are you will see me unless I'm sick, lol. This is the first time I mean, I think I might have seen your name, so I don't know. Streamed a good amount of Balatro. Yes, you have. I peek in every once in a while. I have seen you in Punz's chat. I haven't seen you in else's chat, though. Maybe Victory's, but there are a lot of people in Victory's chat that I just do not remember. He's always in that game. Crab Souls broke his streak. True, Crab Souls was good. It's a good game. I haven't played it, but I watched Punz play it a bit. It's good. I mean, I was playing off stream, but you know. Victories and Curtis. See, I'm not in a lot of Curtis's streams, to be fair. And I peek in and out of Victories. Because like I said, I have seen your name before. But I typically, unless you're in my chat, I don't recognize your name. But, you know, I guess I will starting now since you're in my chat. See Darkest and Victor stream all the time? Okay. Summon Plums? Yeah, I don't watch YouTube streams a lot, so I don't watch Curtis or Plums a lot, but I poke in every once in a while. Thank you for stopping by over here. I'm not really doing much today. I'm just chilling. Very common viewer. Honestly surprised I don't remind you then, or remember you then. Strange. Thank you. I have a mics here with me. This is my second today. I'm gonna actually drink some water. So I might be a little lightheaded. I'm not a light drinker, though I am new to drinking, so. Nope, one sec. There we go. Sorry about that. Notoriously known to watch multiple streams at once between 4 devices. Jeez. You know there's a website where you can watch multiple streams at the same time of Twitch. I don't know if there's one. I'm sure there's also, I know there's one also for YouTube, but I don't know if there's one where you can watch both YouTube and Twitch streams on the same time. But it perfectly splits your screen at least up to 4. I've only ever watched 4 streams at a time, but that's to get all the 4 POVs. Got to support everyone somehow. True. There we go. A very good bean, or a good bean, yeah. I love Victory. He's a great guy. I'm so glad he's been playing a lot more Monster Hunter Rise, and I can't wait for him to finish that. I'll probably play with him a bunch when he gets into Sunbreak. I don't know if he's getting into Sunbreak today. I mean, he's gotten into Sunbreak, but I don't know if he's like, or has he? Uh, Regardless, I'll probably play more then. But World is my favorite Monster Hunter game, so I will definitely be there as often as I can if he's playing World, because I love that game so much. You have no idea. I just joined Victory's game. I could, but I'm streaming here. And also, I'm just taking it slow right now. Like, he's not playing Sunbreak right now. He's in. Okay, so Sunbreak is the DLC for Rise. I'm just kind of waiting for that. Honestly, he's still playing the base game, and he's having a good time on his stream. So, I just wanted to chill and just talk about stuff randomly before I just dilute Victory's stream into another rant about something about Monster Hunter again. I do like Rise. Sunbreak is severely better than Rise, especially with all the issues that were plaguing it on launch. Because it was literally releasing like around COVID, and so the game didn't even release finished initially. And I do not blame them at all for that. COVID was rough. But yeah, so that ended up making Rise a bit rough. I wish they just had put it in the oven a bit longer, but yeah, you know how it is. Um, so currently have you on my phone, Victor's on my TV. Nice. I like both World and Sunbreak, but man, some people get so angry when I say prefer Sunbreak. It's not like I'm saying calling World garbage. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people. Okay, most of the current Monster Hunter quote unquote fan base are people that have joined the game from World, or people like people's first game is World. Is that a bad thing? No, but they're particularly biased when it comes to that aspect. If you mention anything related to Monster Hunter World and Rise, and because Rise is such a different game and people don't have an understanding of like what Rise is in comparison to World, if you mention them together, you will have like some people will throw a fit. I kind of was the same way at first, despite World not being my first game, although it really felt like it was. Um, but I now have a calm head. Also the Rise burnout was real. I put like 500 hours into Rise before it was even done. So I feel like a little bit of that was justified, or not exactly 500, it was 460, but it was close enough. Are they like oil and water? Not exactly. You can enjoy both. Yes, I've 468 hours in Rise, and that was before Amatsu was added, and before some of the like half of the Risen monsters were added as well. Did you get sleep? Yeah, no, it was the only game I played. I tend to hyperfixate really, really, really hard. Um, yeah. So, but it is okay to prefer Sunbreak. I just don't exactly agree. I will agree that Sunbreak is amazing. Sunbreak is spectacular, and I love it. And I love how a lot of the things that I just love a lot of the things that they did. One of my big things though is that I Sunbreak, Rise and Sunbreak are good, and they do a lot of things well, but I don't want that to continue on into like future Monster Hunter titles, like the mainline titles. Because okay, one thing a lot of people didn't understand is that Rise is not the next mainline title, because there was Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter World, which is internally they still use the numbered system even though they've stopped using the numbers in the title. Monster Hunter World is Monster Hunter 5, and Monster Hunter Wilds is Monster Hunter 6. People thought Rise was Monster Hunter 6 and were very upset. And I don't blame some of them, because if you don't understand and you want something like World, because it's just like it was a very strong overreaction. So I do not blame some reactions, but people went a little far. But I personally prefer World because I prefer the quote hunting aspect, because there's fighting the monster and then there's hunting. Where in Rise and Sunbreak, as soon as you discover a monster, it's always instantly available to you at every time. There's not very much actual hunting to be done. You are just fighting. I prefer the hunting aspect, especially with like the older games when you couldn't restock at camp. And that's a little bit of a hot take, because it's now it's a convenience thing, but I think it's a little too overpowered, because like some weapons like the bow guns are now severely more powerful, because when you run out of ammo, instead of having to go run and pick up materials, you just farcaster back to camp, refresh all of your ammo, and then teleport back in to the boss or the monster. And it's like the what's the word, the weakness, there's a it's a two-part word, something off, playoff, no, I can't think of the word. Trade-off. Trade-off, the trade-off is that you're supposed to have limited ammo. And it, I'll talk about this later, and I'll get to some of your chats in a second. But one thing I heard another YouTuber say, Ratatosker, he said in one of his longer videos that we're kind of losing a bit of inconvenience. Like, things are a little too convenient, personally. Because I prefer a slower, methodical hunt rather than something fast like Rise and Sunbreak, while I still enjoy Rise and Sunbreak for what it is. Um, I like its fast fights. Sometimes they're a little too fast, but I do like some of the things that it has, and I do think that some things should continue, like the ability to have customized move sets, because I feel like Greatsword specifically is very lacking. But yeah, I'll get into the convenience bit in a bit. Let me get to some of your chat messages. Do you plan on seeing any new movies? Not real. I don't know any new movies that have come out recently, actually. Let me. What movies have come out recently? I mean, there's a couple that I maybe I've wanted to see Dune. I haven't seen the first one or the second one, but Dune is really interesting as a concept to me. I love like sci-fi fantasy stuff. Um, if there's anything you suggest, let me know. Um, the new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire looks good. I know nothing about it, but I have been wanting to see that. Oh, I did see the latest Indiana Jones movie, the Dial of Destiny. As someone who was a big fan of Indiana Jones in the past, it's not a great. It's a good movie. It's a good Indiana Jones. Well, it's a good Indiana Jones movie, but it's not a good movie in general. It's just very wacky and, but it fits the style of Indiana Jones because, like, it's like, oh, and there's some silly stuff in it, but it was nice. It was a good watch. I liked it for what it was. Like, genuinely, I thought it was. I liked it. Was it good? But I liked it. There's a lot of this. I don't really know anything else that's come out. Mostly I've just been watching anime recently. That's what I tend to watch. There's a lot of TV shows that I need to catch up on. I haven't watched Invincible. I want to watch the new Fallout show that came out. Um, I haven't seen Loki season 2. There's honestly a lot that I just haven't watched that I need to catch up on. Do you have a favorite monster species in Rise? Um, Magala, Gore Magala, Shigaru Magala, Chaotic Gore. The Magalas are my favorite, but ones that were introduced in Rise. Let me look up a list of the Monster Hunter Rise monsters. Large monsters. I don't remember which ones were added. I am a big fan of Malzeno. I do not like Magnamalo that much. Hot take. I don't like Magnamalo, but I do like Malzeno. Malzeno is a very cool monster. Chaotic Gore makes me sad, but it looks cool. Yeah. It is. Chaotic Gore is a sad story, but, it's a simple but sad story, but I do like it. Gore Magala, 4U was my first game, so Gore Magala is kind of a cop out, but it's, yeah. I'm trying to look for Sunbreak specifically for, oh, here it is, Sunbreak monsters. Because I don't care too much for base game Rise. Um, I didn't like Giasmagorn. I just something irked me about it. I don't remember what, but I'm just not a big fan of it. Gore's just cool in general. Yeah, Gore. If you guys saw the popularity polls recently, they're like, or not recently. It's been a couple months, I think, or 1 or 2 months. But Gore Magala was really high up. I think it was number 1 for America because they did like, yeah. So overall, Gore Magala was number 5 out of the entire world, and then for country specific ones, I think it was number 1 in the U.S. So I genuinely love Gore and Shigaru so much, especially with like Shigaru and its theming. Gos Harag. Oh, I think that's one of Lance's favorites from Rise. I like the concept of Gos Harag, and its fight is pretty good. While it's, not a very complex monster in general, it's a solid fight. But yeah, I did play Rise for 468 hours. It is my most played game on Steam, and I still like World more. I technically have more hours on World because of my Xbox save, because that's where I initially played it first, but yes. Are there any other monster? It's nice to see Chameleos come back. It's been a while, I think, since Chameleos has been in a Monster Hunter game. Or was it in 4? I think it might have just been in, I think it might have been in Generations, so it might not actually have been that bad. Yeah. Okay, it was in so it released in Freedom 2 slash Freedom Unite. And then it released in 4 Ultimate, and then then it returned in 4 Ultimate, and then it was also in Generations and Rise. So it hasn't been that long. It just skipped World. I would like to see it in Wilds, I think. In modern graphics, well, quote modern graphics. That's not what I mean. The style of Wilds and World, because they share a style. I would like to see it in that style, I think. Would it fit? I'm not sure, but I think it would be interesting. I would like to see it. There are some monsters like I feel like some of the Rise Sunbreak monsters probably won't return because they're a little too fast. I mean, they'd have to rework some of them, but I would like to see Malzeno in like Wilds, just because I think Malzeno's a cool monster, but some of its attacks are a little too mobility based, kind of uh like Chameleos, but I prefer its older armor. Like saying, I like the mage look, honestly. Let me see what its old armor looks like. Oh, okay. It's not bad. I think that version exists in Rise as because there's a high rank, a master rank, and a risen version of like certain monsters. Like there's for the elder dragons. So I think I think the or at least like the one I'm looking for GU and you'll have to send me a picture of which one specifically you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure there are several versions in Rise. Um, Bluey Hunter said, "I used to be biased against World, like a lot of old, a lot of the old fleeters when it came out, and when it old fleeters when it came out, man, lots of negativity from. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that a lot of people disliked World. I think, like I said, is because of the fact that a lot of things were like too convenient. Like there were a lot of big changes to the base gameplay of Monster Hunter. Uh, like the fact that you can heal and walk at the same time. That's pretty big. Like despite what you may think, it's huge. It is like that has saved me so many times, you have no idea. But I definitely feel like when we lost some inconvenience, a lot of people disliked that. You know, like the fact that we no longer need bug nets with like like we no longer have breakable bug nets or uh breakable pickaxes. That's a little too. I mean that I'm fine with. We can keep that. We can keep the healing while walking. One thing that's a little overpowered and was the sharpening, being able to sharpen on a mount. With Monster Hunter World, there's the Raider Ride, which when you unlock a certain amount of friendship with the native like felines or melinks in different maps, you can unlock the Raider Ride to be able to ride around uh, the maps, but you can actually sharpen while writing those. You can pretty much do anything. You can open up your map, and I think it's a little too convenient. I would have preferred something more like the Palamute, but I do think, and I've heard other like bigger YouTubers like um, Rurikon say because I highly suggest checking out Rurikon and a lot of the videos that he's been in. Uh, with, because I have this little playlist. Actually, I'll share it with you guys. I have this playlist of a bunch of Monster Hunter stuff that I keep rewatching, and because I agree with a lot of the things that Rurikhan says. A lot of his ideas, not everything, but I have a lot of things that I agree with. Um, Let me make this unlisted because it's currently private. Here we go. And I suggest checking that. There are a lot of like longer videos in here. There are several videos in here. Like the first one's 3 hours long, but they talk. This is like right after the Game Awards and stuff, so a lot of people are just talking. It's more just a lot of podcast type stuff, so you might want to listen to it while you're doing something else. But here, yeah. So there's the playlist, and I'll pin it for a little bit. But if you guys are interested in just some of the other ideas, because like that, this is where I get a lot of the ideas that I talk about from, is from these guys. Because we have Rurikon's like the main one in here. We have Gaijin Hunter. We have Fightin' Cowboy, Ratatosker, 269, and Paradise Central. And just some other people in general. And I occasionally add some videos. It's been a little while since I've added some because I haven't really found that I enjoy as much. But if you know, I suggest checking them out. Maybe it'll help you just thinking about it. And I've been watching these since they came out, and I keep rewatching them. But I do feel like there is just some inconvenience, like sharpening, well, especially in Rise, but I guess it's fair for Rise because of the nature of the fast-paced combat. But sharpening while being able to just like run around the monster on your Palamute is kind of a little overpowered. And that if in our mount that we have in Wilds, maybe we shouldn't be allowed to do that, I think. You know, it's a little powerful. Because you can just sharpen, you know, because normally the trade-off with having to sharpen, you know, with like lower sharpness is that you need to sharpen your weapon more often. And you need to sorry, I'm just adjusting my you know, you need to stop moving and sharpen. And either you need to wait until the end of a fight or you need to risk that, you know, little bit of I need to sharpen my weapon to do more damage to, you know, it just gets rid of the risk entirely because you can just hop on your Palamute and just dance around the monster. Sort of makes the faster sharpening skills pointless. Yes, exactly. There's also other skills in Sunbreak that also just completely like annihilate it, like getting like Heaven Sent, I think it was. Um Heaven's Heaven Sent? Yeah, so Heaven Sent skill effect activates when not taking damage for a while during combat with a large monster. The effect is lost, blah, blah. So it decreases damage once and reduces stamina consumption while active. I don't think this actually has anything to do with... Oh, here we go. So at the third level, it nullifies stamina and sharpness consumption. And this is just if you don't get hit for a certain amount of time. So if you play without getting hit, so like, for example, longsword, if you're able to dodge through all of the attacks, you do not have to worry about sharpness whatsoever. And then performing a switch skill just removes status ailments. Like, what? It makes... Now, it makes sense for Rise. Like I said, Rise is a lot more faster paced. You kind of don't want to be worrying about these all little things, and so you just want to be able to do damage and have, like, strong output. So I don't blame it for being in Rise, but that is quite an overpowered skill. And yeah, so like it's a little too convenient. And if like stuff like that continues into Wilds, we, you know, yeah, this goes back to that convenience thing. Certainly the transitions in older games just to heal, run out, chug, down, go back in. Yeah. Um, yeah, pretty much. And so I feel like I hope the mount in Wilds isn't that similar to the Palamutes in Rise, because much like the Palamutes and the Raider rides in World, you can do anything while you're just sitting on the mount that does whatever, does all the movement for you. So it's just very overpowered, and I feel like you shouldn't be able to do maybe healing, but like I feel like accessing your mount during combat. We'll have to see, because honestly, we have so little information about Wilds. It's insane. Like, I think this is the least amount of information we've gotten about a game. They gave us a teaser, 0 words said, and the hunter did not get off of the mount for a frame for the entire trailer. Like, I don't like, it took me a while to realize this, despite it being there the entire time. The hunter does not get off of the mount the entire trailer whatsoever. Every single frame that you see the hunter, they are on the mount. It's insane. So like, I feel like they're trying to tell us a couple things. First off, the mount is going to be important, very important. Second, if the mount is important, because like clearly it was in every shot that the hunter was, and we were on there the entire time. Why would we need a mount that bad if the maps are not going to be absolutely massive? Do I think the game's going to be open world? Not necessarily, but I think it would be cool. And I would love to see how they do it. And open world might very well be possible and might be what they're going for, because what we've heard from them in the past about World is that Monster Hunter World, when it came out, and well, when they were making World, it was closer to what they've been wanting Monster Hunter to be in general. A living, breathing ecosystem. You know, like, the world doesn't have to you don't have to be there for the world to continue to develop, I guess. I don't know if that last part is true, but it would make sense. And so it's like, I think the world should be able to develop even without us hunters, and that would be very interesting to see. I don't know how it'd work out, but yeah. I if you can't tell, I'm incredibly excited for Wilds. Like, you guys have no idea. It's man, once once Wilds comes out, even okay, so I plan to stream on June 7th during the Summer Games Fest, because we might, big if, maybe, possibly, we don't know, we might be getting more information about Wilds during the Summer Games Fest. We do not have an announcement of if there's going to be some kind of Capcom event, but we were told at the Game Awards that in summer is when we're going to be receiving more information on Monster Hunter Wilds. So it is very likely that we would be getting information. I mean, it was announced at the Game Awards. So seeing it at the Summer Games Fest live may be very well likely. For a long time, all my friends had Burnout from MH, and then once it was announced, they were like, well, maybe play a bit again. Actually, same. Because Rise was a very big Burnout for me. Like I said, I had 500 hours, nearly. I mean, it's like 40 off, but still. That's like 2 days. I could add those 40 hours pretty quickly, and I probably will before Wilds comes out. just whenever, Victory starts getting really into Sunbreak. Um, but yeah, and my world playthrough will probably also, or like my world's getting up there. I think it's currently at number 3 on my games, only beating out by Rise and TF2. Because TF2 was like the first game I had on Steam. And yeah, so, and I have 300 hours on World and 344 hours on TF2. But I had a lot of burnout from Rise, so a lot of my feelings initially were negative towards Rise, especially because I was kind of riding the hate train. I cannot deny that. That's just a straight up fact. And I feel like a lot of things were just a little too, like, driven by my burnout. Medic? No, that's fine. Medic. Pootis. Pootis. Pootis dispenser here. But, I feel like, yeah, once I stopped playing Rise, I did feel a lot of it was driven by my exhaustion for the game. Um, but now that I've kind of like let it all settle and had a more level head and thought more about it, it's like I appreciate Rise for what it is. Do I want to go back into it as much as I did before? Not exactly, but I still can appreciate the game. I had fun enough where I was literally playing it for 500 hours. I was so happy to have Gormagala back. You have no idea. I was so happy to have Gormagala back. Thank you for following. Athletic Apollo? Apollo? Thank you. Sorry if I butchered your name. I keep forgetting what my sub alerts are like, or just all of my alerts are like. Forgot their little hunts, and the roars are from For You. Monster Hunter For You. But I appreciate the follow. Thank you. But yeah, so a lot of my opinions about Rise were initially kind of just driven by that burnout. But I have a more level head. I appreciate it. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. I'm kind of just going back through my thought process. Um, yeah. So I will say Rise was fun. Sunbreak was fun. Uh, I put 500 hours into it for a reason, and I cannot deny that whatsoever. Do I want to go back? Only with friends. I feel like I can enjoy it with friends, and that's what, helped me stick with it so long. Because I definitely played through Burnout as well. And I've still yet to even do all the content, because I stopped playing before half of the Risen monsters were added, before Amatsu was added, etc. Um, Yeah, no, I mean, I've talked with you a bit, Lance, about how my opinion has changed, but I don't think I've really like just went out and just like admitted all of that normally, but it's like I've definitely thought about it. Have I really said it? I don't know, but yeah, I have fond memories, especially with with you, Lance, because it was our first Monster Hunter game together, and it was the reason we started talking and we started playing Monster Hunter. And so I have do I have any distinct memories? Not really. A lot of it kind of just blended together. But that was, several hundred hours, so I can't really fault that. Um, but yeah, preferably I'd like to play World more than Rise currently because it's a lot closer to Wilds. It's not even because like I love World more, but like it's more of I want to be ready for Wilds. I want to play Wilds so bad you have no idea. Honestly, taking pictures with so much fun. Yes. Okay. I hope. Okay. One thing I disliked about World was the fact that they didn't give us a camera until Iceborne. Like, man, that should have been a feature from the beginning. At least, like, I think that's something they realized because you have a camera from, like, the beginning of Rise, I think, or, like, in the middle of it. It was before Sunbreak. And so taking pictures was a lot of fun. And some of the pictures I took are of my you know what? I do have some distinct memories that I can remember, but it's memories of taking pictures. And the reason I remember is because we have those pictures. And I have some of these pictures as my background. Here, actually, you know what? Let me show off some of these pictures. Where is image? We'll just add it in here. And then, here, yeah, so, here, too big. Here is one of the pictures. That's my character with the black hair, and Lance's character with the blue hair. And this took a while to set up, because, the characters, you know, so, okay, so with the, let me put it behind my model, hold on. There we go. So, with, okay, you know what? Shift over, there we go. Make the image a bit bigger now. I made that back when I played Genshin, changed my look but not my name. Yeah. I have some choice words about some of the customization stuff. Oof, man. Oof. That hurts, but I feel you, man. Nothing you can really do about that now. Well, you know, the next best thing you can do is make new memories with other people. If you plan to play Wilds on PC, I'm down to hunt anytime. I plan to stream my entire playthrough, if I can. Because look, if Wilds is a successor to World, essentially, you are going to see me playing it nonstop. It's not like you were able to predict the future, so it's, you know, you can't really fault your past self for taking those pictures, you know, with someone who's now, you know, you no longer hang out with. Or what? I'm not going to get into your personal life, but I understand, man. I get it. So, you know, here's to making new memories with new people, nude photos, and having new fun. But as I was saying about the poses, so in Rise they have these poses, and you can see they're very well designed to be put like this. But there's no like interact button to have you perfectly align so that you can be in line. I literally had Lance stand there for like maybe half an hour as I positioned myself perfectly because it was like it was so hard. We have a bunch of these photos. And then there was a couple that took forever because it was even harder than you think. So like here's here's another photo that was really nice. That's me in the I think I'm in the Shigaru one and he's in the Gore one. I don't really remember. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, you know, we're wearing the Gore and Shigaru armor with the Gore and Shigaru dual blades. And I love how this turned out. But the one that took us actually forever was this. Essentially, so that's me in the Shigaru armor, and that's him in the Gore armor. And essentially he used the one of the wirebug attacks to like flying down towards me, and this is a frame that I caught perfectly with the photo mode. It was so hard to get this with the right angle and the right timing, and like this is genuinely one of my favorites, and it's kind of poetic, I guess, in a sense. I like the theming of it, but genuinely, this is one of my favorite images that we ended up taking together. And this is like, because I have fond memories of doing stuff like this. Um, and then when we played World, this is the only one I have of you and me together in World. But it's when we played, and I'll zoom in. And we're taking a bath in the sauna, and we're just chilling next to each other. And I know we have a couple other ones. If I go look in my other folder, because these ones are all ones I have as my background. But I do have a bunch of them saved in a folder. I have so many folders. Monster Hunter World screenshots. Let's see. So we have where is it? There's so many. I have so many world photos. This one taken at a similar time. Lance's character on the left, my character on the right. Reset the folder, bruh. And then let's see. There should be a couple more. Do we not have any? Okay, I probably have some more that I shared with you, but for some reason I don't have them in this folder. But I do have, okay, I have this picture with a couple people, and I don't remember who is in this picture because it's not, like, super distinct. But, oh. It didn't. Dang it. World. This one. So with two other people, I don't remember exactly who this is. But I just remember it being... Oh, it was on? Wait. Oh yeah, no, this was before I changed my character too. So that's my character down there. I don't remember if this was on Xbox or if it was... I think it was on PC. I think one of those people is Lone. Lone Argonaut. Love that guy. He's a great guy. I don't remember who the other one is. Might have been one of his friends. I can't remember. Anyways, and I have other photos from Rise as well. Let's see. Where's the bunch of the other photos we took in Rise? There's this one. Oh God, the sizing. Why are they so different in sizes? There we go. You know, this one was like an initial version of the one I showed you guys before, but like, you know, this is when we were trying to set things up. You got the fist bump on this one. Let's see. I don't have a bunch saved. Oh, here's this one. We took this one right before Sunbreak came out. Because we're running away and we're leaving Kamara Village to head to the new hub that, you know, Sunbreak would bring. And this was Lance's idea, and I love it. It was a great idea, man. And then I have just some other miscellaneous pictures that I took. Ooh, wait, do I have... Wait, I gotta go to my backgrounds folder again, because it has, one of my favorite photos that I took in Rise, period, of just my character. And it's, oh, Jesus. And this one's one of my favorite ones that happens as a background. This one is very cute. And it does use mod. If you can see like the fox ears and foxtail, those are modded, but I liked them a lot, so I ended up using them for quite a bit of the playthrough. Although just in Sunbreak, but yeah. There's also this picture. This one was cool. That's the paralysis cat greatsword and, you know, a dead Seragios. um, I have just some other miscellaneous stuff. This one is from World with a modded greatsword. That's the Gogmazios greatsword. Gogmazios being exclusive to 4U and literally not any other game. But I love the design of the greatsword, so yeah. I have a bunch of photos like this where I had the mod enabled. I no longer use the mod, but it had some really insane effects. Like, here's a final kill shot on a Tigrex. And as you can see, like, the visual effects coming off the sword is amazing. Like, this mod is probably one of the best weapon mods I've ever seen. Uh, and that's it for... Let me go see if I have any other world photos that are just in general. Uh... It's not anything too particular. Like, I have this one I took the other day of me riding an Apsaros. Because I forgot you could do this. Me, right there. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking my audio. Yeah. I'm sure my Monster Hunter Rise folder, like the in-game images folder, has more images that I've taken, but those are the only ones I can remember that I saved properly. But I do have fond memories of Rise. Don't mind me, I'm just oh, there we go. I just wanted to go back to the original position. There we go. Sorry, I was lazy instead of just moving it like the easy way. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm just waiting for the ad break to end before I just start talking. Just like another 20 seconds, because the thing's not working as intended currently. So, but if you have any other, actually, well, I'll ask when the ad's over. Oop, beep. Okay, so hopefully the ad should be over by now. I don't know if you guys are hearing this or not. The ad widget's not exactly working, but at least Twitch has like a built-in thing that tells you when ads are playing, which is nice. Uh, but but yeah. Let me get a drink. Yeah. So I don't blame people for disliking Rise after having World as their first game, but the amount of hate Rise got was quite unnecessary. But to be fair, World also got a lot of hate from the Old World hunters. Old World hunters being anyone who played a Monster Hunter game from the previous generations, because Monster Hunter World, it takes place in the new world, quote unquote. I have some theories about that, by the way. Um, you know what? So, um, do you guys want to hear me talk about inconvenience in Monster Hunter and convenience and inconvenience? About just, stuff like that, or do you want to hear my theory? Because I'll talk about both. It's just which one do you guys want to hear first? Because I have a theory about the new world and the old world. Reply to this first. Yep, world got so much hate. Eating at camp, preposterous. Unlimited whetstone, that's dub. Teleporting to camp's garbage. Armor's not having debuffs, game ruined. That's all I'm asking you. That's why. I mean, I could talk about either. I'll probably end up. If you give me the choice, I'll probably talk about the theory first because that has an ending point, whereas the other one's a little more discussion based. But yeah, no convenience. Yeah, some of those things are good. I will say that. And if you listen to the playlist that I had pinned for a bit, and I can repost it if you want. Um, but one thing that Rurikon is very much against, and because he's a Dark Souls guy, he's a Dark Souls player. That's what he originally built his channel around, and he's played like Dragon's Dogma 2 and whatnot. One of the things he's against is like fast travel. But I think I play a little more along the lines of Ratatosker's idea, where fast travel is fine as long as there's a cost, if there's a resource. And I believe Dragon's Dogma 2 does that well because you can fast travel, but you have to use a resource, so you have limited fast travel. And I think I like that. I feel like fast travel is a little too OP sometimes, and that being able to have fun traversing the world is more important. But, it is what it is. Um but I'll get before I come back to that, I'll get into my theory about the new world and the old world, and I don't know if this is an original theory, but it's something interesting that I like to think about. So it also talks about like the ancient civilizations, because all throughout Monster Hunter we've had um just like ancient civilizations, maybe one, maybe several, who knows. Um we've yeah. Point is, there has been an ancient civilization that has been wiped out before the modern civilization came to be. So it kind of plays into that. A lot of people are tired of concepts of ancient civilizations, and that's fine. Probably because of like Breath of the Wild, or whatever its sequel is called, Tears of the Kingdom. And I don't fault them for that, but my thought process is, right, so if you know the story in world about how like the world was created, there was like four or five dragons that initially created the world. um and the quote sapphire star are named after one of the dragons that became like this guiding star, because they guided people to the new this new land where they lived. um my thought process is this story is older than the new world, and it's essentially like the start of like humanity, and all the dragons became different things. They became like the land and the sea and the mountains and the trees and the animals. And it's a classic like religious style story. But what gets me is like, this is supposed to be at the beginning. This is not supposed to be us going to the new world. So like, is the world that we moved to, or because it's not the creation of the world originally, it's like creation of like the world that like we ended up living on and that saved us. Is that the old world? So like, essentially the star that we guided to and that we followed to the new land where we lived, whatever, is what we currently call the Old World, where all the old games have taken place. The New World is on a new continent. And so my thought process is that the quote New World isn't actually new, and that that's where the ancient civilization originally came from. That's where we used to live as as people on this planet, I guess. We don't really know what the world looks like because the map is ever changing and there's no timeline for obvious reasons, but it's kind of confusing how I word this, but yeah, so like the new world is actually the old world, and the old world is was the new world at a point. And so like essentially so much time has passed that what we consider the old world was somewhere we had moved to, and the new world is something we had previously inhabited, which is why like in Wilds you see like those giant spires and things that look like broken down structures. It's because that's where we originally came from. Now, this is a theory based off of like a single trailer and like a tiny bit of lore. I have no idea how much true this is, but I feel like it has some kind of legs, and I feel like I'm forgetting some plot points that could help my point more. But I've had a little bit to drink, so my mind's not straight, but you know, I feel like it has legs. And so like in Wilds we'll be exploring, well, it's technically a new frontier and it is currently uninhabited. It's not never been explored. In theory we're going to find ruins of the ancient civilization, and that's probably going to be what's tied into the plot. Now, I don't want it to be anything like Horizon Zero Dawn or any of that, where we end up getting like future technology. I don't want that. I feel like that's a little overdone. I just want to be able to explore the story of the ancient civilization more. I don't want future technology. I like what we have. I like the fact that there's no fantasy. Well, okay, there's not no fantasy, but there's no magic. Like, things usually have an explanation, and it's a little more logical, which is like what I love about Monster Hunter, because a lot of things are logical, and a lot of the monster designs are like rooted in logic, like Diablos's rounded claws because it digs through sand and stuff like that. And so, I, yeah, and but some monsters like Fatalis are just a complete mystery because it is very much like a fantasy monster, and that's what makes it in Monster Hunter so interesting. Because normally if all of them, if you were to see Fatalis as like one of the first monsters in the game, you'd think, oh, this is a generic fantasy game that doesn't have any legs. But if as soon as you immerse yourself in the world of Monster Hunter, Fatalis is a spectacular like anomaly from us like other monsters, because a lot of the other ones have like logic and thought, and it's like, yeah, these are really cool and unique, and then you just have Fatalis, and that's why everybody in game is so shocked, because Fatalis just makes no sense to them, and I love that. So yeah, I don't want any magic. I don't want any like ancient tech that's super high tech or something. Maybe some ancient stuff that would be cool. Like the Dragonator, I'm pretty sure is quote unquote ancient tech that we found, and there's some other stuff that is like ancient blueprints that we have found, but that's all in lore stuff. They don't get too heavy into it, and they have a lot of stuff, and yeah, I think it's cool. But I want to know what you guys think about that. I said a lot of things there, but I hope my point was somewhere in there. Oof. There's some old high-tech armors and weapons, I see, but they're just designs. Yeah, exactly. Nothing that's like literally like Horizon Zero Dawn having like technology run the world while everybody lives like, tribal. I don't want anything that different. But yeah, I hope you guys see what I mean with like the Monados types of. Yeah, no, I don't want anything that can't be just inexplained without, having some real like thought put into it, you know. I mean, I think it could be cool, but leave that to like the portable games. Just leave all the experimental fantasy type stuff to the portable games. Speaking of, I like what Sunbreak and Generations did with like changing up the move sets, and I wish we had a little bit more of that in World and Wilds, where in GU you had styles. Each weapon had six styles you could choose from, and they changed up like half of the move set, and was really cool for some of them. Some were a little overpowered and unbalanced, but some of them were really fun, like aerial style. And playing hammer with aerial style is so much fun. Man, I loved that stuff. And then in uh what in Rise and Sunbreak, the customizability you had with certain attacks was also really interesting, like the faster move set for Greatsword. I liked that. Pow Powerful? Yeah. But I liked it. I liked the idea. But yeah. Now I'm gonna talk about the inconvenience stuff, I think. If you guys don't have anything else to say on the theory stuff that I said. Um, so I'm gonna go back to that message. World got so much hate, eating at camp, unlimited whetstone, teleporting to camp, armor having not having debuffs. Yeah, I feel like the only thing that I would agree with maybe coming back is armor having negative skills and positive skills, simply because of the fact that World and Rise in endgame sets you can have so many skills when in like other games before it you have like at most maybe 4 skills like maxed out, because I feel like some sets are a little too overpowered and that like critical and attack skills are just a little too powerful, because in older games it increasing your attack would lower your crit and vice versa, and I think that was a good mechanic. I think that was well done. I liked that concept because it kind of forced you to play. You couldn't just do everything. You had to pick, and I liked that. Yes, encourages mixed sets, and you're gonna do that anyway. Yeah, I think it sort of makes you think a little more about. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I do like what they did in Endgame World with some of the set bonuses. Well, set bonuses are good. You can have set bonuses with like the Safi weapons. If you were to upgrade them, you could have a set bonus skill, so you wouldn't have to wear the full set. You could take off a piece or two and just have that one of those on the Safi weapon, so it allows you to choose a couple other pieces. And I thought that was cool. Do I ended up using it? Not really. But it's cool, and I like it. And I like the idea of mixed sets more than just wearing a full set. Um, yeah. And so it's like Some of the, let me look at some of the other things that people were complaining about. So like eating at camp, um, debatable. We'll get back to that. Unlimited whetstones. That's fine. I don't care about that. Teleporting to camp. I already talked my piece about teleporting and fast travel, but I could probably talk more about that. Okay, that was really so. Eating at camp. This ties into the fast travel with the camp. It's a little too convenient. Instead, I would like to do something a little different where you can prepare several meals at a time or like before you go into a mission. Like, okay, this is assuming that Monster Hunter Wilds will have longer hunts or have like multi-stage hunts where you're not just like fighting the monster in a single hunt. Like maybe you have to back out and you can track it and you can like it'll still be weakened or something, you know. Assuming that you would eat a meal before you leave and you know, and it might wear off mid-fight and you're able to eat a pre-made meal while it has slightly weaker effects or maybe it doesn't have any weaker effects, but like it's the thought of prepping beforehand is what I mean. I want this, and this also talks with like convenience. I'd rather have more inconvenience, like being able to go back to the camp and restock everything. I think it's a little OP. Should we get rid of restocking? Not exactly. And one of my favorite ideas, again from Rurikon and Retatosker, is the idea of limited restocks. So whereas like you have your bird companion, right? Have the bird have an inventory, a limited inventory, but an inventory that you can put some things in before you head out for the hunt. So, like, let's say it has like 5 slots, and you could put like 50 mega potions in it, 10 in each slot. Or you could put in ammo if you need more ammo. But it's like instead of being able to infinitely refill your stuff, you have like a limited amount, and it takes thought, and you have to actually prepare. I want that preparation aspect. You know, I want to have to think. I don't want to be able to just teleport back. And another thing on that teleport, I feel like if that's how kind of the things go with like the limited inventory thing, not saying 5 slots is what's going to happen. It's just an idea. But what if we don't have another camp? You know? So like we wouldn't have to teleport to a camp, etc. And playing on that as well. Um I know I think that was it. Um it's just like if we don't have camps, and instead just our camp, like maybe you could set down a temporary camp, but you wouldn't be able to infinitely refill your items again and stuff. It would be like, because if you look on the little pal, the bird mount, it has like a bedroll on it, and it also has like the bow gun in its pouch. I don't think okay. I don't think the bowgun means that the bird is carrying a bowgun and you can pick another weapon to put there. What I think it represents is the fact that you can change your gear slightly at your mount. But I think you would have to set up a camp to do so, or something like that. You know? So, like, it just represents the fact that you can change your gear or restock or something similar to that at your mount. And so it's kind of like a mini portable camp or something. I think something like that could work. It's just like what I just want more preparation, and this goes again into the convenience aspect. It's just like we really just have way too much convenience. I don't think I can actually add anything onto that, really. It's just more repeating of what I just said earlier several times. Yeah, it's just like there's no thought process into it, and being able to change your equipment at any time just by farcasting to camp is kind of strong. you know, it's it's not something I want. And I've talked with Lance about this and other people have mentioned this before. It's like if you're thinking, "Oh, just don't do that." That is the worst like idea. And I think I don't know if you were there, Hunter, when because I was talking about it with Victory on his stream, saying just don't interact with the mechanic is a garbage argument because when people make games, when they add a feature, they intend for you to use the feature, so they like design the game around the features. So not using a feature is ultimately detrimental. So it's like, yeah, you were there. Okay. For anyone else that missed it, though, I did just explain it. So yeah, ultimately, not using a feature is detrimental to the gameplay. It shouldn't. Uh, as Ratatosker put it, it shouldn't be on me or on you, the player, to handicap yourself to balance the game. And also, if you're thinking, it's a PvE game, balance doesn't matter. If I have a weapon that one-shots the monster, I think you're going to start caring about balance. While that's a bit of an extreme example, uh, my point stands. Like, balance does matter. It's just to what capacity does it matter? You know? Balance really does matter, even in PvE games. If you guys see me staring off at the left, I have Victory's stream open. I don't have the audio on, but I've just kind of been watching him hunt. Just because I need visual stimulation. I have audio stimulation through the music playing, but yeah. You a fan of Velkhana? I like Velkhana's design fundamentally. I don't know if I like its execution as I've only fought it with Greatsword, and I don't like it as a Greatsword hunt, but that I think that's also me being inexperienced with Greatsword. I think it's cool fundamentally, and maybe needs some kind of changes, but I like it. I like Velkhana's design. I like that it's kind of like a griffin almost. You can kind of see it in its designs a little bit. I think Velkhana's cool. Is it my favorite monster? No, but I appreciate it. Do I want it to come back in Wilds? Not necessarily, because it's just like, we just had it in Rise, Sunbreak, and I don't want it to become a mainstay. I think it's cool. Maybe in the DLC. It depends on, you know what? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I think I've had enough Velkhana personally. And if it comes back in Wilds, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be excited if it comes back. I'm just going to be like, okay, cool. But I do feel like we literally just got it, so its armor's not bad. I do like some of its armor's design. I like the set bonus it has, although it's quite powerful for Greatsword, you know. But yeah. One of its moves gives me anxiety with Greatsword. Fair. They need to bring back Crimson Fatalis? No. They need to bring back White Fatalis, or Old Fatalis. If you've seen its moves, it's a lot cooler. As someone who's never seen Crimson Fatalis, by the way. I don't know. I know nothing about Crimson Fatalis. But I did see the White Fatalis mod. Crimson Fatalis set. Crimson Fatalis armor. Let me see. Let me see what this looks like. Okay, you know what? They need to bring Crimson Fatalis back. I don't know why, but something's telling me they need to bring it back, you know? Just, I don't know. I just have a feeling. You know? I like it set. I do have to agree with you. I think I like how its set looks. Let me see what old Fatalis' set looks like. Oh, I do like old Fatalis' set. How do you feel about Malzeno? Malzeno's great. I like Malzeno a lot. Um, I don't know if it would fit in a game much like World or Wild, but I would like to see them what they do with it. So yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to bring it back into Wild so soon. I believe White Fit House's was Elemental set and Crimson was better Blade set, but my memory's fuzzy. I don't know about its skills. I haven't looked at their skills. I'm purely looking at their designs. And also, I wouldn't count on skills being the same because things change between games. Like, Teostra and Kushala's armor set bonuses are not exactly what they've always been because normally, if Chameleos is also in the game, the set bonuses are designed to be helping each other fight, like helping you fight the other monsters, you know? So like, it's like a rock paper scissors matchup. So I wouldn't count on their skills being the same if they return in a future game. But yeah, what I really want to see, Thunder Serpent is a good one. Not bad. I'm actually not a fan of the Ibushi or Narwa. I do not like their designs. I think their armor sets are interesting. I don't want them to return, but I do think it's an interesting concept. I do appreciate it. I wish people had like thought of putting those sets in more or those armor pieces into more sets because you could get some creative stuff with the curious crafting. But yeah, I will be right back for those who aren't on an ad break. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I needed to use the bathroom. I also wasn't sure if an ad played, because despite Twitch saying, hey, an ad is playing, and it's playing for this long, it doesn't exactly mean an ad is always playing for some reason. Even if you don't have it, it's whatever. But yeah, so... Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull up, because Lance and I did a little, like, bingo card thing. Doesn't always play now, so it's weird. Yeah, it's so weird, yeah. Okay, but, I need a bathroom break anyways, so... But, as I was saying, Lance and I did, like, a little bingo thing where I decided to make, little bingo cards for me and Lance, where we decided to put in, like, what we would, are hoping to see in Monster Hunter Wilds. And so here's like a list of monsters I want to see return. White Fatalis is on there. I know Shigaru just came back in Rise, but I want to see it come back in a world style game. So like Wilds. Um, the Morans. It sounds like I'm saying moron, but the Morans, like Gen Moran or Daren Moran. Those were like for you. I forget, was it which one was in for you? Daren Moran. It's the first monster you see in the entire game. And it's conceptually, its fight is really, really cool. And the fact that we have a giant desert could give us the opportunity to have a fight like that again. If you haven't done that, you should play For You. It's literally the first thing you do before you even get to the hub. So I suggest you try it. Even just a little bit. Najalara. Najalara is a really cool fight. The last time it came back was in GU. We've been missing out on a lot of the snake wyverns. Like, a lot of them just have not returned. And we need more. Because there are a lot of cool snake wyverns that just have not returned. Najalara is a cool one, and I do love how its set looks. So, yeah. Let's see. The Celtis. So there's the Celtis and the Celtis Queen. Those are really cool monsters, and I love their little teamwork aspect that they have, much like World has with Teostra and Lunastra. You know, where they have that combo attack, whereas like all of Celtis is Celtis and Queen Celtis. If there's a Queen Celtis, there is a Celtis, and it will help the Queen Celtis fight, and it's a really cool thing. And like playing GU has made me want Najalara and the Celtises to come back. Love Najalara, but I grinded so much for weapon, took a dozen hunts breaking the stupid beak. Fair. If you were to play, I don't know if you're playing, if that's in GU or for you. In GU, it's a lot of fun. I recommend Aerial Hammer against Najalara. It was so much fun. It made me both love Najalara and Aerial Hammer a lot. Let's see. I really like Garangolm. That was one of my favorite monsters from Sunbreak. Garangolm is such a cool design, I think. Its fight is okay. I'm more talking about its, like, actual physical design and its armor. Its armor was cool. I liked its armor, and I liked its weapons. I functionally like it. It feels like a fortress in itself, and it's supposed to be like a golem, because a lot of the Sunbreak monsters are designed on like Western fantasy ideas. So you have like a vampire, a werewolf, a golem, etc. Garen Golem being a golem, but also kind of like Frankenstein. Frankenstein, I guess, is a golem. But yeah, it's such a cool design. I already talked about White Fatalis. The Gogarth twins. That's from Frontier. It's a red and blue monkey, or there's a red monkey and a blue monkey. You fight both of them at the same time, and they use magnetic powers, and that's like, yeah, it's Frontier, and it's insane stuff going on. But I want more monsters that you have to fight two of them at the same time, and they have combined attacks, because like while you can fight them separately, their combined attacks are a lot more interesting. And especially with the Gogarth twins, because they used magnetic powers, like some of their attacks were like one swung the other around, and that caused a magnetic pull where it would pull you in, and then they'd slam down because you were being pulled in towards them, and that was cool. That's a cool idea. That's a really cool idea. And another attack they had is one would literally throw the other, or like they would use their magnetic powers to repel each other, causing one to fly at you. Like that is amazing design. That's so cool. And while it's a little more fantasy than I would like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. I feel like there are some times where I can just say, yeah, it's fine. Like, Fatalis exists. I want Namiel to return. I know it's just in world, but Namiel is an amazing monster, and I love how its armor looks. Nursilla. I did not like Rachna Kadaki. Rachna Kadaki was lame, I think, personally, and they should have brought back Nursilla. Like, I don't know why they made a whole new spider monster when Nursilla was right there, and Nursilla was fundamentally cooler in every way. And of course, Lagiacrus. I'm a fan, okay, I'm a believer of returning underwater combat, but I've never actually played 3. I've never played Tri or 3 Ultimate, so I have never first-handedly experienced underwater combat. And now, I know a lot of people are going to say that, yes, I fought Pyrarachna Kadaki. I still don't like Rachna Kadaki. I think it's cringe. Genuinely. I do not like it. But, the reason I want underwater combat back to return is because it wasn't good because it wasn't fully well developed. Everybody kind of knows the story of Tri having development issues, and World was supposed to have some kind of underwater combat. Like Lagiacrus was supposed to be in World. We have footage of a Lagiacrus literally like taking down a Anjanath. And there was supposed to be an underwater section in the Wildspire Waste, according to the director, but they didn't have enough time in development. So, like, you know, it is what it is. I don't blame people for hating underwater combat because it was poorly developed, especially because some weapons were just fundamentally worse than other weapons. Like 100% they were just worse than other weapons, while some were fundamentally better in every way underwater. And I can't fault them for disliking, like, you may have liked or disliked underwater combat purely based on your weapon choice. And that kind of sucks, because being forced to switch to a weapon, like, other people have memories and say that they just waited or tried to pull the monster out of the water because of how much they hated underwater combat with their weapon. And I can't fault them for that, and that sucks. Yeah. One of the ones Lance said was that they want to return is Tetsukabra. Tetsukabra was such a cool monster, and they need to bring him back. He's not very powerful or strong, but he's cool. Tetsukabra's cool. I like Tetsukabra. Also, his armor is cool. I like the look of his armor. Let's see. Yes, you are wrong. Kezu is hideous. That thing is a living fleshlight, honestly. The way it looks, it's awful. I hate it. Sorry, I hate Kezu. It's annoying because all it does is scream every other attack, and it looks hideous, and it's fleshy. But it leech with worms. That's more gross. That makes it worse. That does not make it even better. What if you give it googly eyes? No. Like, you'd have to redesign Kezu from the ground up for me to like it. You'd have to its fundamentals is what I dislike. What about a baby one? I will kill it. That's what. One of the plush weapons is Kezu. Yeah, and it's silly. I'd still beat it. I'd have as a pet, lol. Good for you. Keep it away from me. Or else it may not be a pet for long. Ooh. Oh, another thing. One thing I really want to see in Wilds is some new crossovers, because Rise's crossover quests, event quests, were not they were lackluster compared to World. And World was even lackluster compared to some of the other games, but I think it made up for it in certain ones. I think and keep the woodpeckers away and nosy neighbors. So can a giant sword. Um, but I would like to see better crossovers. Like the Final Fantasy one was really good. The Witcher crossover was incredible. Like the Leshen and the Ancient Leshen are really cool, honestly. And what I think, okay, this is more theory territory, right? So Jojo Palico, yeah. So theory territory here. Hollow Live, a lot of the Hollow Live members are playing Monster Hunter World, like a lot of them. Not a majority. It's a minority, but I've seen a lot of them play, like maybe 10 or so. We very well, with the amount of power and like popularity that Hololive has, we could be seeing in Wild potentially a Hololive crossover. We could. It's very likely, and I think that would be really cool. Because there have been fan designs of for Hololive members of armor and weapons, and some of them are so cool that I want them to be real. Like genuinely, there are some insanely good designs. Like that, they're not even just like only Hololive based or look silly or ridiculous. They look proper and they look like actual Monster Hunter weapons, and it's so good. Like not like new weapons, but like new designs for existing weapons. And like genuinely, I think it could be something. Even if it's just like cosmetic, I don't care. It would be so cool. Because we had Final Fantasy, and like we had the the fight, and it was honestly kind of cool. I never played it myself. I have yet to do the fight. Honestly, I'm not really interested in it. I did do the Witcher fight though. That was really cool. I liked that. I fundamentally I like the Leshen and its design. Um, yeah. I do really like the armor for the other fight though. But the Final Fantasy one. The armor is well done. So is the insect glaive being the spear. That was really cool. So I very much appreciate like the crossovers we had in World. Well, they're kind of lackluster compared to some of the crossovers we've had in previous games, specifically the Japanese exclusive ones. GU had some of the best crossovers because it had ones that were not just Japanese exclusive. But it is what it is. But I would like to see some crossovers, like a Hololive crossover would be insane. Even if you're not a fan of Hololive, if you've seen some of the designs that people like fans have made for like a Bibu Switch X, or not Switch X, Charge Blade. She uses Charge Blade. Like that one really stuck with me. And some of the other weapon designs are spectacular. Ina and her insect glaive being like a paintbrush, that was really cool. Just stuff like that. And I'm curious if people. Oh, actually, there's been a lot of Monster Hunter. Okay, hold on. I just looked up, and apparently a bunch of them have played Rise. Like, a lot of them played Rise. Holy crap, wow. But a lot of them are playing World currently. Oh yeah, so a bunch of them played Rise like a couple of years ago. Okay, interesting. And Bibu also apparently played Rise. Didn't know that, but Eofi and Bibu played Rise. Interesting. I didn't know that. I've been mostly following the ones that play World, especially the English ones because I don't speak Japanese. So like there's Ina, Callie, Iris, Bibu. Who else? I can't remember right now, but yeah. There's some really cool Hololive weapon designs. Am I crazy for thinking that it's like incredibly likely for that to happen? Because Hololive is kind of big, especially being big in Japan and Capcom being a Japanese company. It's like, am I crazy for thinking that it's possible, or do you think like it has like serious legs? Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Yeah, I would not be surprised either. I actually, because I think it's very much likely, even if it's not a base game thing. I definitely think it could be possible. I would love to see it be just to happen. It would just be fundamentally cool. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can talk about. I could probably go back to inconvenience, although there isn't thing I could think of. If you guys want any more opinions or stuff on Monster Hunter stuff, let me know. If you or any questions you just have. Um, Favorite monsters are the Magalas. I think. I don't know if I like Gore or Shigaru more. Maybe Shigaru. I don't know. They're hard choices. They're both fundamentally very good. I like both of them more than I like Chaotic, because Chaotic is kind of sad and its designs are okay. I do like the mix, but I feel like them separately as Gore and Shigaru are slightly better. But you know, if you want any opinions or any thoughts, while I try to think of anything else, hmm, Nergigante. I like Nergigante. I think it's really cool. Its fight isn't all too hard, but I think it's good. Honestly, Nergigante is really cool. I like its greatsword design, and its armor is fine. It's a little too edgy for me. Um, but I like its armor design, or not its armor, its weapons design, especially the greatsword. I'm a big fan of the greatsword. And yeah, for its fight, it's pretty cool. I really love the design of the Ruiner Nergigante weapons. Those ones are spectacular. I like Nergigante a lot, and kind of being a hero for changes. Yes, I do like it. Yeah, because I love that because it's part of the ecology. I like Monster Hunter ecology a lot, even if I can't follow it all as well. You know, I fundamentally I like it just a lot. And Nergigante is such a cool monster in both conceptual design and execution. It's really good. Oh, Ruiner Dual Blades being straight up claws is awesome. Yes. Actually, one of my favorite designs is the Switch Axe. I just love how it looks. I'm a big fan of the silver and red, but also it just looks so like it looks so dangerous to carry around. Let me insert an image so you guys don't have to look at it yourself. Uh, Here you go. So a super good Monstie too. Yeah, I don't think I feel like it should be a little more different than from Nergigante than it is, but it's not bad. I like it. But yeah, no, this is the Ruiner Nergigante weapon, and it's really good. I'm a big fan of it. As you can see, it has it's like it's mostly a silver color, and it has like these little red accents on parts of it. And it's just something I'm a big fan of. Oh, you know what? One monster I forgot to mention that I said I want to on monsters I want to return. Dalamadur. So okay, so functionally, a lot of people do not like Dalamadur because its fight seems pretty lackluster. It's more of much like Zora Magdaros. It's more of a spectacle fight than anything. Shah Dalamadur is different as it's actually a lot more difficult, but Dalamadur functionally isn't a very engaging fight, and I don't blame people for that. It was also on the 3DS, and it's kind of spectacular for what it is. Um, sorry about that. Still better than Zora, yes. I don't. Lance is a big fan of Zora Magdaros because Lance likes the cannons and the those things. You know what I'm talking. Sorry, my allergies. Um, Hated doing that 4 times. The problem I have with Zora Magdaros is it's too tedious, and that it like much of the fight for the required parts of it, it it's just like you're just kind of sitting there. You can't really do much, or you're just filling up cannons. And while I feel like if the cannons and the little the arrow shooter things, I forget what they're called, the mounted shooters, if they were optional, I'd be a lot happier about it. But the fact is that at a point where it forces you to have to only use those, it's like I'm not very happy about it. Um, Same thing with like the rampages. It just feels like in Rise, how it's like using your weapon is fundamentally worse than just using the the stuff. But yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like if I had an option, I'd be a lot happier about the quest, and if also there wasn't just a lot of downtime where you're just sitting there doing nothing for the required quests. From what Lance has told me, the I forget if it's tempered or arc tempered Zora Magdaros is actually difficult, and you're usually down to the wire. And I think I appreciate that. I think it feeling like actually feeling like time matters is important. Like that actually seems like a good hunt, and honestly feels like how it probably should be. The towering colossus, a mountain of a monster. But like Dalamadur conceptually is one of my favorite monsters because it is literally a monster coiling around a mountain. It is the longest monster in the entire game. I think Zora's the tallest, but Dalamadur is the longest. And I think depends. I forget how tall. It's like I also don't like Lao Shanglong for the same reason because it feels like your weapon is fundamentally just useless. If I had the choice and if they were both equal options, I'd be a lot happier about using like cannons and the auto turret stuff functionally. I don't hate them. I just hate that they're required. Yeah. But Dalamadur is functionally really cool. A lot of people and because I don't remember the fight itself much, more of just like the spectacle of the fight. Um, in that the spectacle is really cool, and Dalamadur as a concept is frightening, and I love it. Um, and it's like the reason I want it to return in Wilds is to get the love that it deserves. And I want it to be a siege. Like Safi, Jiva, and Kulv Taroth. I want it to be a siege fight. I want it to be, something you have to have 16 hunters, and it's. Oh god, it would be beautiful, I think. Having it have to be just like because I mean that thing is literally coiled around a mountain. It's like it should be it should be requiring a whole team. you know if you get what I mean. I genuinely want it to return so that it can get a modernized version, and so that it can be like uh just like given the proper spectacle that it deserves. I don't want it to be like story required like Zora Magdaros is. But yeah. Maybe I should make like a drinking animation from a model. Or not animation, but like I could press a button when I take a drink, so it's like it doesn't look like I'm just staring into the sky when I drink. Oof. Yeah. Now, what? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna wait for the quote unquote ad to end because currently it's saying there's supposed to be an ad in progress. I have no idea. Especially because it doesn't give me an ad on my end, even if I'm watching it. Maybe I should stop watching it on my own account, and I should sign into an alternate account to watch my stream to see if it gets ads. Um, but what I wanted to say now that the quote unquote ad is over is that I am kind of upset that Dalmadur didn't like appear in World, and I'm hoping it appeared in Wilds. Did I miss the whole stream? I mean, fundamentally, I've been chatting the entire time. Spoops, how you doing? The VOD will always be up, so you're finally live again. Hey man, this is why you turn on notifications. I gotta chill somehow. We've just been chatting about a lot of things. Man, I do put funny things in my notifications sometimes, so I suggest it. But as I was saying, we've just kind of been talking about Monster Hunter and stuff. And one thing I was just talking about was like Dalamadur. I want it to return and get the love that it deserves because its execution for you is like it was mediocre. The fight was okay. It was more of a spectacle than anything. But like in world, the entire Rotten Vale is made up of the corpse of a Dalamadur. And that thing is massive, like absolutely ginormous. And in the uh in the Rotten Vale at the very bottom where Odogaron nests, in one of the areas that you have to squeeze through if you were to get Odogaron back there to destroy an egg, or like there's like it looks like an egg, it's like a rock or like a fossil. If you break it open, like a Dalamadur fire comes out of it. It's not necessarily fire. I don't know if it is fire, but it, like whatever Dalamadur breathes out literally comes out of that like fossil. Like it was. And so, like, I feel like Dalamadur should return in Wilds in some aspect, preferably as a siege, not as a story requirement or anything like that. I would prefer to see as a siege fight because I feel like that's what it deserves as the monstrous creature that it is. Um, yeah. I mean, hey man, if you do end up watching the VOD, sorry if it's silent. I don't have the music enabled for the VOD itself. If that's some, if you do want to end up watching the rest, whatever you missed, you know, just because it's Rain World music, I don't know if it's gonna get copy struck or something, but I do appreciate it if you do, and if you don't, that's fine. I'm glad you still appeared anyways, regardless of when you appear. I'm glad you guys show up regardless. Even if you're here lurking and you haven't said anything, I do appreciate it, by the way. Just make sure to share the stream every once in a while, maybe retweet it or something if you see the tweet. And if you haven't said anything, Ty, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't remember fighting Dalamadur. I know I did fight it. I just don't have a memory of the fight, so it's nice hat. Um, I don't have a memory of the fight, but I remember the spectacle of it. Like the fight itself fundamentally isn't very um interesting. It's not a very great fight, but it's the spectacle that matters. A lot of games OST usually don't strike. Usually, yeah. To be fair, they're copyrighted, but like, it's just who if it's just if they care about the copyright enforcing. Like, all of Undertale's music is copyrighted, but they don't actually care about enforcing said copyright. So like, you can use their music and stuff, and they literally have it copyrighted, but they don't enforce it so that you're able to use the music. Dalamadur wasn't too bad, besides giant laser that caught me a few times. Yeah. I mean, the point is the fight isn't particularly impressive in its own. I need to start holding my chat at gunpoint. Tell their families to retweet me. um, hold on. Retweet the tweet. Retweet it. Come on. Actually, wait, I can do that on my model itself. Add. Did you retweet my going live post? You better have. Okay, I need to remove like the right crop. I don't know why I decided to add that. A water pistol? I don't know about that. I don't know if I could. Hey, if you want an emote or if you want to suggest something, I have a suggest redeem. The reason it's there is so that even if the chat replay disappears on the VOD, or if I just miss it, I still will be able to see it in the activity feed. So if you want me to remember any kind of suggestions, I suggest using that, because I do check that. It's a single point, so it doesn't really cost anything. There we go. Now it's not cropped on the right. Make sure you guys retweet my going live posts. Oh, you guys want to see another fun thing I can do with this? How does it look? Do you guys like my new hair? It's me. It's totally original, new my own design. Totally not stolen. I can slap PNGs onto the model here. So if I wanted to, I can also just have them in the exist in the world of my model here. As you can see the boundaries here. And so I can just add kind of anything I want. So make sure you guys retweet my going live post, and make sure to interact with all of my going live notifications on Twitch. And make sure to enable notifications on Twitch. That's funny. I wish. Where's my... Forget all of my buttons. There we go, cowboy hat. Partner, you've eaten your last haul. Continue. Never mind, what do you have gun? Just reminding people that it would be very helpful to my stream when you retweet my going live notifications, or when you interact with my going live notifications on Twitch. So make sure to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/deathdiamond15. I have not updated Blender. I just noticed that I was using an old version. I still haven't updated it. I'm not going to update my model again. No. I might like adjust the rigging on this one a little bit, but I'm not going to update Blender. I don't know how to use new Blender. It took me 3 years to figure out how to use Blender 2.9, and I still don't even know how to use it properly. So, no. I just realized that it's not updated. So, that's it. I've yet to update it. Out of curiosity, why do you like Nercella's design? It's not really the design itself, it's more of the fight. I like the fight itself. The fight is fun. Which reminds me, Kechawacha. I like Kechawacha's design for the same reason. You know, Nursilla is like a really cool design. I do like its I actually do like its monster design a lot more than I like Kadaki's. I don't really know. It's a very sticky monster. Yep. But I prefer the weapon, not the weapons, just the fight. Kadaki is just not very fun for me. It's just boring. Kind of lackluster, maybe. Website? What website? Oh, webs. Probably autocorrect, right? The webs are fine. I don't really. I like its swinging and the fact that it can hang from its webs. Right. Joke's on you. I pick both. Haha, got him. Oh, you know, I have to introduce you guys to my religion. Uh, Raknikadaki breathes fire. I don't know about, Nursilla. But Nursilla's design is just ultimately better. Ah. Thank you for following. Stereotyped PD? Thank you. If I said your name right. Sorry for butchering it. But let me introduce you guys to my religion, right? Let me get this image in here. Moth girl. Juniper. I love moth. No, it is not my custom religion. I am simply a preacher. Join my religion. Now, Juniper, I love Juniper's design so much. You have no idea. She's, Juniper. And one of my favorite artists that does art of her, like this beautiful piece is Grape or at Vitsby on Twitter. Here, let me share their account and let me share Juniper's account. Because so this is Juniper, twitter.com/egocider, and then this is Grape, and Grape is just an absolute amazing artist. Please go follow him. A lot of bug girls. The religion is bug girls, and I have to help preach the bug girl religion. If you don't like bugs, that's too bad. Bug girls. Juniper's. I love Juniper. She's, oh my god, she's funny, and she's insane. And we you know, sane girls. Nah, they have to be a little crazy. Okay, look, I'm a little tipsy. Let's yeah. Is she your kind of crazy? Yes. I don't know if she's crazy, but she's you'll have to follow her and see some of her stuff to really understand what I mean. She's done IRL streams too, so here, oh here, let me another artist. Just scroll through Juniper's art tag, or just her Twitter because she retweets the stuff. And you will find just stellar pieces. So, Bug Girls, my religion. God, I love this expression on the left here. Oh my god. It's Juniper, yeah, Juniper, a Juniper appreciates the shout out. Yeah, someone with like 200,000 followers on Twitter appreciates the shout out from me, someone with 100 followers. I get what you mean, but like, she is so much bigger than me. I'm gonna, here. She does actually stream on Twitch, so go follow her there. She does her own model and her own rigging. Um, go check her out. She's insane, and I love her. Never say never. She could pop in one day. You know what? When pigs fly, when pigs fly. Go follow her. Go sub her. She's kind of crazy, but I love her. What if I am? What if I'm actually not? Nah. Gotta keep the dream alive. Well, there's a difference between dreams and god miracles. Like, this is not a dream. This is literally a god miracle. I've seen a few of her models. They're really cool. I'm gonna scary model. Yes, 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 yes. Seems like the person I'd give a hug to. Um, she's the person who would chain you to a chair. I don't think you'd get a hug from her. She'd eat you. Like, this is here, hold on. This is normal art for her. This is this is normal behavior. This is in character. This is in character for her. And I love it. This is what I'm into. I'm into this, by the way. This crazy. You know, I love it. So, yeah. Gord, you know what? Never mind. Maybe you guys, maybe we're just normal here, because this is like unhinged. Like, people would look at you strange, but apparently you guys are my people here. So we appreciate that here. I take my chances with the hug, dude. She could tear me limb from limb. I don't care. We'll have our own church. Don't judge. I love you guys. You guys are based here. You still want your we know. I mean, would you want to hug her? I've said my piece. Yeah, bug girl religion. Welcome to my religion, boys and girls. Can I pause the music? Or I don't know. It's just on the quiet part. Or is it? Oh, there we go. Because the music I'm listening to is the different music than you guys. I mean, I'm listening to the same music. It just, for some reason, when it plays through OBS, sometimes it stops looping or something for me specifically, even though you guys can still hear it fine. It's really weird, and I don't get it. So I'm just listening to the same music, but you guys can't hear it. So it's like it plays at a different it's like the starting time's completely different too. So it's whatever. Uh does she have fangs on her model? I don't remember. I think she has like little mouth claws or whatever they're called. That like go over like the front of her mouth. Oh, no, no, no. So you hear the music, but you don't hear the same one I'm listening to. What you hear is one playing through OBS. What I hear is playing through the media player. And so, like, you hear only one version of the song. Yeah, kind of like pincers. Kinda. But yeah, no, so you hear the version that I have playing through OBS, which reads, which hears from the file itself. And I can pause that one, and that one runs separately from the one I'm listening to, because you cannot hear anything other than what I set in OBS, and the only two things you can hear right now are my microphone and the song through OBS, but I have also the song playing separately on the media player because OBS is kind of, iffy with that. So, yeah. And I know you guys can't hear it because I have it set that, only things I have set manually can be heard through OBS. Because most people actually still have their entire computer being able to be heard through OBS, and I think that's kind of unhinged. But whatever. I love Juniper's wings that are pretty. Yeah, her design is so well done. She's redesigned like 4 or 5 times, and she does all of her art and her rigging, and she's insane for it. But I love her. Hear it from your floorboard. I don't have a floorboard. I have carpeted floor. Also, I play my music through my headphones. I wear headphones like 90% of the day. But yeah, Bug Girls. Also, don't forget again to retweet and like and interact with my going live notifications, so more people can see it, more people can show up, more people can talk about Monster Hunter. One time I ended stream and OBS did not close, so you can hear the 5 Twitch tabs I pulled up. Jesus. Well, I will be right back. Oh, also, real quick, the throwing stuff still is supposed it should work in this in my loading, my starting and my end screens. Oh, it's oh wait, let me just yep, see so you can see it here. If I go back to primary, there. So you can still throw things during the loading screen and the beginning and end screen, and they hit the model. There you go. I'm very proud of that. All right, I'll be right back. back, and now that the ad is over, yeah. The throwing stuff is so good. I'm glad I have it set up. Let me switch it over to the chatting version. I don't have the hotkeys, but honestly, I don't care. First time I raided anyone, I was like, turn off OBS for like 10 minutes. I pretty much did the same thing my first raid. So embarrassed, I was like, well, if someone watches all of this, they deserve that. Fair. That is fair. We are so back. Let's put the gun away for now. You guys are safe for now. Did I miss any shenanigans or what? What were we talking about? I have bad memory. Oh, Juniper and all that. I am the danger? No, I am the danger. No. We were talking about Juniper and art and stuff like that. Go check out Juniper. Go check out Grape. Grape is based. I love Grape. He's a cool guy. Yeah. So, how long have I been live? Oh, like 3 hours. Dang. I've just been talking about stuff. Oh, Spoops. What Monster Hunter games have you played? I want to know, because I'm gonna talk about something I've already talked about like 3 times this stream. Hold on. Yep. I'm patiently waiting. I'll briefly talk about it. Had to reload chat. Oh yeah. So just like just what Monster Hunter games have you played? That's all I'm asking. Uh, you're fine. So I want to talk about uh. Yeah. Look, I'll read your messages like as soon as I see them, pretty much. Unless I'm saying something. So that's how you can figure out how much the delay is. Well, also just the chat on stream visually. Um, but my point that I'm getting at is I want to talk about just like Monster Hunter inconvenience and convenience, because some things are a little too convenient for the game. And Monster Hunter World and Rise. I'm gonna leave things off of Rise, and I'm mostly gonna talk about World because Rise is kind of like its own separate entity. I think we've been over that a bit, but like it's not the next game, but some things may carry over from it. So that's just why I want to talk about. That's why I'm curious about what games you've played. Only played World, Little Rise, 4U demo, GU, and Smash Bros. I like that little at the end there. That's nice. So you might have, I think I've talked with you a little bit about convenience in Monster Hunter. So some things have been a little too convenient. Like, okay, well, not too convenient, but we have some things have become more convenient as the game has progressed. You have healing while being able to move while healing. You know, where is that list you had? Bluey. Was it you? Was it you, Hunter, or was it Spoops? Were you here for this? I'm going insane. No, it was Spoops. No, Blue. Hunter. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, brain off. So, eating at camp, unlimited whetstones, teleporting to camp, um, no longer having negative armor skills and stuff like that. So, essentially, some things are a little just too convenient. Where, like, okay, infinite whetstones is fine. Eating at camp is debatable. Being able to have just instant teleportation, because before you had farcasters, but in World and Rise you can just teleport to a camp. Although I think World was the first game where you had more than one camp in a map. So yeah. But like, so some things are just a little too convenient. Like the ability to sharpen while on a mount. Like palamutes, you have palamutes where you can sharpen while riding a palamute, or you can sharpen while riding the raider ride in World, and it gets rid of the trade-off that normally when you have to sharpen your weapon, you are completely still, and it also just nullifies the 1, 2, or 3 less sharpening on the skill, and it's quite powerful, especially if you have a lower sharpness weapon that has like lower sharpness as a downside, but maybe more attack or more element, or maybe more slots or something as an upside. And it's just some things are just becoming so convenient that it's yeah being able to a bit too convenient, like being able to go back to a camp at any time and restock. It makes the bow guns like several times more powerful than they should be. Bow guns are incredibly powerful, where like you run out of ammo, you farcaster or teleport to camp, and then you restock all of your ammo. Like that's incredibly overpowered. Your downside should be that you have only limited ammo. You do not have to sharpen. You may have to reload, but once you run out of ammo, you have to go find, or you have to bring the materials to make more ammo. And that takes up inventory space. So you have to bring less consumables if you want to have more different types of ammo. Um, Negative armor skills. In older games, if you had like attack up, it would give you negative crit. That's my favorite example because I think it's one of the best examples. Some of the examples are a little, some other negative skills are a little meh. I don't know if this one is true, or if this one is one, but I think it would work well. Is having health up would give you defense down, or defense up would give you health down, kind of thing. Is that a skill? I don't know, but I think it's along the same lines. Yeah, so I hope Wilds will be a lot harder. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be a lot harder, but I want more preparation. Being able to eat at a camp is overpowered, I think. I mean, it only really affects longer hunts, but I'm assuming this isn't with the assumption that Monster Hunter Wilds will have longer hunts, or you'll be out doing more hunts, because as we've seen with World and through like interviews, Monster Hunter World is what they want more out of Monster Hunter. A living, breathing ecosystem. And so we may be seeing less like individual hunts and more like multi-stage hunts, or maybe longer hunts, or just like just more to the hunts themselves, or maybe more hunts in a row where you have to fight a couple monsters. You have to track each of them down before you can return back to base, and I think that would be really cool. I want more preparation, because being able to go, oh, I forgot to restock, and then teleporting back to your tent and restocking is insane. And it's just we've lost that inconvenience. You should be having to think before every hunt, and I distinctly remember that from 4U, and that's something I missed when I played World. World is fine, it's its own right, and I'm not saying that it's detrimental to World, but I feel like it would be much better if that were the case. Yeah, okay. I don't know about monsters being less telegraphed. I mean, world the okay, base world is a little handholdy because it almost feels like a reboot of the series in a way, in some aspects, not entirely, but it feels kind of like a reboot because it is that first off they start us in areas we've never been, the new world, and entirely new maps, And one of the things they said is canonically, World is the first time we ever like actually fight Fatalis. So I don't blame them for having a little more telegraphed attacks. I feel like for me personally, I'm not like I don't have the greatest reaction time. Although with enough practice, I think I could. But that also plays into the fact that, well, if they're less telegraphed, I just have to learn the moves. And I feel like actually that would be really good if they were less telegraphed. Skills like evade extender or evade window might be more helpful because you'd have a tighter dodge window, and so you'd maybe want, if you're worse at dodging, you would want that extra dodge distance or those extra iframes. I want more of those quality of life skills to actually have a bigger impact. Because, like, I swear, flinch free is only ever for whenever, you want one level of flinch free so your teammates don't knock you out of your attacks. Or, maybe you want earplugs just on Kezu because, it roars so much. But, like, those are, like, only specific cases when I really feel like they should be more impactful or just, like, more important or have, but that's a little personal a thing. But I've never thought of the idea of them being less telegraphed, like a little bit, not like by like a large margin, but yeah, I would like wilds to be a bit harder. Like Iceborne like doesn't hold your hand as much, and I feel like it's a nice steep difficulty increase compared to like World. But I feel like I do hope that base wilds is harder. A lot of the decorations are helpful. Yes, I've come to love a lot of the more convenient skills. Or aren't that helpful. Yeah. Like they aren't that helpful, but like they're nice to have. That's fine. No, you're fine. Um, yeah. And so I feel like at least some of the more powerful skills should maybe have negative skills. Not everything should have negative skills, but something more powerful like attack up should have negative crit or something. Or crit should have negative attack just because it feels way too powerful for something like that compared to like most elemental builds. Although I will say, having made a paralysis SNS build has been a lot of fun, and I've actually like being able to do that kind of builds and just having talking with people about those builds is a lot of fun, and I would love to do more like that, especially in wilds, because it's just like set making is so much fun and talking with people and it's like, oh, did you know that this skill or this set bonus exists? Like I didn't know Gold Rathian had critical stat like true critical status, which is a better version of critical status. And it's incredibly good, but you need critical attack, and so you have to focus in critical attack and critical status while balancing, and you have to have four pieces of the set while also trying to balance uh so like I feel like earlier I talked about with Hunter how that set bonuses, like we would prefer more mixed sets, but I feel like having only mixed sets isn't like the greatest because I did actually like trying to build around the Gold Rathian set while only being able to change out one armor piece. And I think that's something cool, but I wish there was a little more variability to it. And also, also speaking of convenience, skill armor sets have way too many skills compared to older games. Um, I don't mind the slots, but the default skills they have on them are a lot. Also, base game World, you can play through all of World without focusing on skills and just like focusing on defense. I wish they were a little more important in base game World, personally, like or like the base game. I wish I had to like actually think about making a set, maybe for a couple fights. Not saying for the entire thing, but for a couple fights it would be nice. Towards like the end game of the base game. Although I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't happen, but it's just like it makes all the armor sets of base, of the base game feel kind of worthless if I'm just going for all the next highest defense, or just whatever I can make at the time with the parts I got from beating the monster one time. But yeah, I want more preparation. So like imagine we have multi-stage hunts or hunts where you have to go out, fight two monsters in a row. Not like okay, so in current Monster Hunter, if you have to fight two monsters in a hunt, both of them are like weaker than if you were to fight two if you were to do two separate hunts. It would take you maybe a like so let's say it takes you 10 minutes to hunt one monster. It would take you 15 minutes to maybe hunt two monsters. Because it takes like 75% amount of time to hunt one in a two monster hunt. And I get that. Whatever. I wish instead it would be like, you have these two hunts to do. Not a two monster hunt, but two one monster hunts. And you cannot come back, or like, you don't come back to the hub until you do both of those hunts. Like, I want to fight two full health monsters. Not at the same time, of course, but like, it's like, imagine we're going out into a big wide open map and having to do all that. It would be so cool. And then, like, what you would also do is, so imagine you don't have, like, a base camp, right? Or, well, you'd have to have a base camp because if you, pass out somewhere, but you wouldn't have, like, multiple camps and you couldn't, like, teleport to it. We could probably talk, I have an idea, we could probably talk about that in a bit. But, my point is that, like, where was I going? So, like, what you would do before the hunt is, instead of making one meal because you're going out for two separate hunts, you would actually want to eat one meal now and make several meals that you can take along, so that you would have, and it would take preparation and it would take up an inventory space or something. And you want that. You want to like have to prepare beforehand. I want that preparation aspect. A lot of tension in that too, which I feel is really cool. Yeah, even if the monsters don't fully interact, like even if they interact a little bit, it would be interesting. But I don't. It's like it's more of just I want to be in there for a long haul. I want to be able to do long hunts. Because it's yeah. I want a long hunt. I want to hunt. I do not want a boss fight. I want to hunt a monster. Because and the thing is, like, we are prey to these creatures. These things are massive monsters to us. I want it to be difficult. I want to struggle. I want to be, because we're supposed to basically be underdogs, in a sense. You know, I want to, like, struggle. I want to have to learn the monster's move sets. And then another thing that I heard from, like, YouTuber Rurikon was I mentioned this, but I didn't really explain it recently. The concept of a multi-stage hunt is what he said. So basically, let's say you lose the monster. It's like the hunt's taking so long, you lose track of it. You have to go back to the hub, restock, refresh, whatever, start back over. Like, so you're not like, it's not like you fail a quest, but instead, like, the monster's a little bit weaker, maybe it's healed a bit, and you have to go retrack it down because you failed. Maybe you were struggling, you and your buddies were struggling so much you guys had to back out because you couldn't beat it, you weren't prepared enough or something. You have to go back and then re-hunt it, but not like failing a quest and starting over. It still has, like, any broken parts or something. Maybe it's healed a bit because it went up and slept or something. But, like, there's multiple steps to it other than just like, oh, it's just a single hunt isolated from the rest of, like, anything that you do. The indomitable human spirit coded? Yes. I want to beat a monster with my pure will. My sheer will. And my pure spirit. My indomitable human spirit. Also, so okay. So in seeing like Rurikhan's videos and his like interviews, not interviews, but like in just talking with other YouTubers in like hour-long videos, um, a really cool idea I've heard multiple times is the idea that so we don't have a hub, but instead have like GU, we have an airship, and you could like your airship would be moving around the map, and to